All right, so here's part 2 to this instruction video, okay, for the Get Lit series. Part 3, writing that opinion essay or the long series of paragraphs. So we were just leaving off with the whole idea that these are your main reasons. Like I'm looking at this and I'm not feeling this. I feel more like the Oreo. I really do. I like the Oreos, man. Okay, the reason is your topic sentence. Well, let's go back a second. An introduction paragraph is basically going to be 3 sentences. I'm going to show you the bare minimum, all right? First sentence is taking this topic question and making it into a sentence. So are cell phones necessary in teenagers' lives is the question. So you just start by saying cell phones are necessary in teenagers' lives. Second sentence is going to be something general, talking about the whole issue. Cell phones are basically a computer in someone's hand, and it is how everyone is connected. Everyone has access. Even adults realize the value in cell phones, and therefore teenagers who are becoming adults need to also have a cell phone so that they can prepare for their futures. And then more specifically, or for example, cell phones are necessary in teenagers' lives because it allows them to socialize, it provides them with access to information, and also teaches them time management skills. That's it. Those are the 3 sentences you need for your topic sentence or your topic paragraph, your intro paragraph. If you want to do more, you can, but really you only need those 3 things. What's the main idea? Give us a general understanding of why this is even an important thing to talk about. And then what's your evidence going to be? And you can use that whole 1, 2, 3 strategy. And remember that in your final sentence, if you write those 3 things, if you say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, then your next paragraph should be this, followed by that, followed by this. So you're kind of following the order that you come up with. This is why the rough work is so important, in order to show that you understand the formula that English basically has. Okay, so you've got your intro paragraph done. Next, we're going to talk about your next main point. So in that topic sentence, you need to always connect back to the topic and provide the new reason. So it's kind of like a combination of that Oreo, that first point, or the point in PPC. So again, second paragraph. Cell phones are necessary in teenagers' lives because it allows them to socialize, right? And that's the reason. And then the evidence is, for example. Now, you can do in this rough note section 4 of these or 3 of these based on how many body paragraphs, or if you created a chart, this is what I would do. I wouldn't even bother to do this because I know it in my head. But if you're the type of person that it would be good for you to remember that you need that topic sentence, you need the concluding sentence, then use the Oreo and do 3 of them on this chart paper right here on the rough note section. Do 3 Oreos, and then you know exactly what your body paragraphs are going to be, right? So, and I'm just going to add here, right here, the whole idea that, I don't know what I just did, but I'm going to keep on going. For your intro paragraph, remember you're going to restate the question into a sentence that includes your opinion. So this is sentence 1. Sentence 2 is going to be a general ideas on why this topic should be considered. Okay? So why it's important. Right? And then your third sentence is going to be provide your 3 arguments / reasons to justify your opinion. Okay? And remember the 1, 2, 3 thing. So that's an intro. That's basically it. Then for paragraph number 2, it would be following that Oreo organizer. So the reason would be the socializing piece, right? So you could write that right there. And then for the E, we need examples. So for example, when it comes to socialization, teenagers use it to text. That's how they chat, because no one Chat via text because I'll just write, no, because, right, and you can elaborate on the sentences that no one uses the phone anymore. That you also use apps like Snapchat. I don't know if that needs a capital or not. Snapchat, Instagram, etc. And that's how you stay connected. Maybe that's how you get party invites, or even get together to hang out with your friends. It's going to be through some form of text message or an application. I don't know what else you would say, or social media. And that's how you socialize. So that would be your E, is all this purple stuff. And then the O is to summarize that, again, restate your opinion and add it back to that topic, which is, therefore, cell phones are necessary in teenagers' lives because it allows them to socialize, which is a healthy habit that every person who's happy should have, right? Socialization is so important. It makes you happy. So that's that O. Or again, if you're doing the PPC, it's the same thing. There's your point, there's your proof, then your connection, connecting it back, right? So you would do this again for the next body paragraph. So in this case, it's going to be what's the information? I was saying that basically you can Google information on your phone because it's like a little computer. You can access your Google Classroom and gain information in terms of what's happening in your classroom. If your teacher posts things, I don't know, what else would you want to put on here that you can access information quicker, more accessible? You know what I'm saying. And then time management, what's the arguments for that? Well, you can say something like the fact that you're using a calendar tool that has reminders or alarms, right? And all of those things help you with your time management. And so by having a cell phone, it's actually beneficial for you as a teenager because it's going to help you develop time management skills. So that's another thing you could talk about. So again, you would start with a topic sentence that says, cell phones are essential for teenagers because they also provide quick access to information. So remember that you're always going to have the topic sentence restating the question with your opinion right into a sentence. You're going to have your main idea. Then you're going to provide examples. So for example, and then you're going to restate that opinion, providing a connecting thought as to, that making that argument. All right. So you're going to do that. So you'll see that this rough work really does help. And here's an example of what the person did to get a perfect score. So they go into the general idea of why it's important. They talk about that teenagers nowadays require cell phones is not necessary in teenagers' lives because they are distractions. They cost a fortune and they can be misused in several ways. And there's their 1, 2, 3. So they did the same formula that I was giving to you. They might have just started with a general sentence first and then they go into it, right? I was saying do the opposite, but it's a formula. It has the 3 elements, so they're good. Then it goes into talking about the first main point, right? Is that cell phones are becoming more and more developed for more abilities, applications, and therefore cell phones cannot be used for text. There are distractions. Did they write about distractions here? Here, distractions in the lives of several teens. So they do have it. I don't know. I don't think your topic sentence is that great. I think it should say talk about distractions right here at the beginning. But clearly they were still happy with it because they give a lot of examples. They give the main idea of the distractions. So they're building their argument, and that's all you really need to do. So kind of go through the paragraphs that this person wrote and see, can you identify the formula? Do you see the main point? Where's the proof? Where's the connection? Do they have that? And kind of dissect this to see exactly how they did it so you can see that they did follow that formula and that they got the perfect score. And then for you today, this is the question you're answering. The opinion is it a good idea for high school students to have a part-time job? So use the rough notes section here. Yes and no. Come up with your main ideas. Come up with the supporting evidence. Which one can you write more about? And then do that with these 2 pages.